Hey Lolas, welcome to my channel, guys. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the bell to be a part of the notification squad. I'm trying to see, what is it? Oh, you seeing this? I'm like, what is that you seeing? So I have Gigi here, and you guys know who Gianna is. She is the Gianna Scope by Silicone Studio. I am going to get her changed, see if she can fit this outfit. I brought some socks that totally do not match. She's had on this diaper since 1922. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the diaper. You know, a lot of people think it's only confusing with shopping for these dolls for new people. It's still kind of confusing even for some of us that been around for a little bit. And I'll tell you why. First of all, let me say this sculpt is like the first full body that Kathy tried to do. So a lot has changed since then, but I still like her. She's still my forever baby. She's gonna get swapped out just because the new and the improved has came out, because I still love her. But yeah, it's not easy, because one of the things that happens a lot is us as collectors, artists, you know, whatever, we come up with all these different terms, and all of them mean something different to individuals. So for instance, when we're talking about silicone and we're like, oh, I want the, hold on. It's like, I want the marshmallow blend. Well, marshmallow blend to everybody is something different. I've noticed that people say soft marshmallow blend and they're really referring to just super soft. For me, marshmallow blend is like the memory foam. Y'all know. You know what I mean? Like, it's like where, you know, when you press it, it has like a slow rise to it versus, you know, the spring back. It doesn't equate to the softer silicone for me. It just means that it has a different feel. And silicone, like, we used to talk about this all the time. Like, you could take a baby and say, oh, it's Equiflex 20, and Equiflex 20 from different pores can feel totally different because they're doing their own mix. And so they're mixing their own mixes up, and, you know, every batch coming in from wherever they're buying their silicone from can be different. So it feels different. I felt some that feel like straight rubber. I felt some that feels very spongy. I felt some that feels like skin. I felt silicone from so many different places, and they feel, you know, they all feel different. Sometimes Equiflex 20 can be very soft. That's the crazy thing. Equiflex 20 can actually be very soft. And remember, before we came up with this whole super soft, Equiflex 20 was the super soft for us. So it's just a lot in matters of term and how we classify things. Guys, we got a new print. Huggies got a new print, and I couldn't resist. I had to get them. My daughters, when they go in the store, they will, Tabitha will, she'll FaceTime me and be like, Mom, they got a new print. And she was looking for the smaller pack, and I was like, we couldn't find they didn't have the small pack. They only have them in the cases. So what did your girl end up doing? I said, no, don't worry about it. I couldn't help myself. The other day I had to go get it. They got the case. But the good thing is, we got new babies, you know, coming between my kids, you know, I know, stuff like that. And then I will donate, like, you know, a certain amount, not all, to those individuals. But yeah, but so it's very different. So like for instance, Jonah and Hudson are both what I consider marshmallow bling, but they feel different. They feel really different. Jonah is way softer, but he does have like the slower rise in certain areas of his body, not his whole body. Like it's completely the same, I guess. I don't know, but you know, that could be in my mind too. But he's like, you know, like he doesn't have that, he's not spongy, he's not rubbery. He feels more like skin when you press him. But Hudson feels like skin, like straight baby skin, but he's not as soft as Jonah. In fact, Gigi is actually softer than Hudson, but she's not memory foam. She's just soft silicone. But, and she's more floppy and she's more cuddly too. But it's like, everybody have a preference. Some people don't even care about that. Like some people don't even care about I love when they put the tags on the tag and not on the actual clothes, because if we want to pop the tag off, we're not like tearing the clothes. But yeah, so it gets so confusing. It's just like when you go to an artist and you be like, I'm looking for a darker tone. Well, to most non-black artists, they would be like, they call her dark. To black people, like, girl, what? You know what I mean? Like they will call her dark. And it always like cracks me up when I see like listings that will refer to a, what we consider a light-skinned baby as dark. I painted my first dark-skinned baby, and then it's like, girl, what is that? So everybody's term is different. Everybody's term is different. I think a lot of stuff is based off of our where we're from, how we speak, what our experience is. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that play in the mind, how people describe things. So it makes it hard because we're depending on descriptions, because we can't just walk into a store and say, hey, I want that one. You know what I mean? And touch and feel these dolls. So it could be very tricky, you know, in my opinion. It could be very tricky. So, and then I think, like, you know, say for instance, someone gets silicone and they they may have 1 or 2 silicone babies, and all of a sudden they become experts. They know, they're like, oh, this is so great, and I can tell you this and that and da 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 da. I mean, even I've probably had about 50 different silicones in my possession at one point in time. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's probably not that many. Maybe. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's probably. Now it probably have been, for real. But I still don't know everything. I still, you know, like I said, I know nothing about some of these, you know, artists. And like, for instance, you know, people like even like Silicone Studio will, sometimes they own rights to other sculptors' sculpts, and so I'm like, where is this person? I've never even heard of them. And I go and I look these people up, and I'm like, wow, they're actually you know, active in the community and everything, but I've never heard of them. Maria Lynn Grover is another one that I've been introduced to other sculptors' work that I would have never heard of if it wasn't for her pouring it and me, you know, liking her pour. So I'm like, okay, you know, let me see what else sculpts she's pouring or who she's pouring for, because to me, the pour is just as important as the sculpt itself for me as a painter. So there's that. So it's you know, it's definitely challenging, and it's nothing like, you know, for me as a painter to get a sculpt that I really like and get it here, and the silicone is just not my what I'm comfortable with, you know, what I'm familiar with painting. I really freak out. I'm looking for the toothbrush. I was gonna do her hair, but oh well. I guess I won't be able to do that. And her hair is like, it's thinner up in the top, but it's not bald. So on camera, it kind of looked like it's bald, but and her scalp is actually, for whatever reason, has like lighter colors in the right here, but the rest of her hair, like her scalp, like it has a lot of markings and stuff. What you got in your head? She has a lot of like reds and, oh, she even got a bump. Just different little things I do in the scalp sometime. But yeah, yeah, so it can be challenging, but I don't know, I think it kind of makes it fun in a way too. I hate to admit this, but it's kind of fun exploring and, you know, finding new artists and new sculptors and stuff like that, and painting different silicones and seeing how the paint takes. I am in the process of, so I tried a new technique when I was painting Hudson because I was getting frustrated because the silicone was really, you know, when the softer it is, the more tacky it is and stuff like that. And so it's kind of hard to, you know, maneuver the silicone around. But I found that it gave me the best results ever. So and that's why you guys are seeing him so much, because it's a milestone for me. I always say none of my work is never perfect, but he's perfect for me. Like, he's like one of the most flawless babies that I've painted, and I still got to do his toes. Like as far as like detailing his nail beds and stuff like that, and I think I want to tip his toes. But I really love how the painting turned out. So I actually, after so many layers, it was just so challenging. So I changed the technique in which I was painting, and it made life so much easier. And he just started gaining color, like, and I was like, oh snap. I've been doing this, it be taking me centuries and ages. And so I am now doing that technique on one of the full bodies. I'm painting a full body kit by Jennifer Sussman Price that I've had on my paint table for, you guys know, maybe 6 months. And so I'm trying to finish her up because I'm making room, because prototypes are coming, baby. They are coming. Oh yes. One of them that haven't been shown like publicly, I am super excited about, like for real. Like I promise this sculptor is making my dream baby. And I'm also excited about Jasmine. And you know, I'm painting Neely, and I love Neely, but Neely is pretty much, I have people interested in that one, so I'm pretty much gonna probably sell Neely full body. But Jasmine and the other one, I don't know if I'm gonna be selling those, but I can't wait to paint them. I can't wait to see them in silicone. I'm working on like a project to that I'm not able to show right now, or I don't know. I may or may not be able to show it ever, but it's exciting. It's very exciting. We'll get to that. But so I'm finishing up with Kit using the same technique as I did with Hudson, but because I had already started, and because I don't know how her skin tone and stuff is gonna turn out, but I'm hoping that but I am noticing that she is starting to move faster alone, which is nice. Now, the way I paint, I'm still going to use my old technique on some of my babies, like especially like my cuddle heads. I really kind of like it. I don't know if I want to switch to that, because the way that I paint them, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it's just exciting. I'm just excited. So, and as you guys know, I've went back to work, and so I am like painting before work and after work probably. I don't know. I'll probably paint more on my off days than anything. But exciting. So yeah, so I decided I was going to put another baby on the table, and I was like, no, you know what? I need to finish up. I have 2 full bodies on my table that I need to finish up, which will allow me, if need be, to be able to work on 3 full bodies if I get those 2 done. So right now, I'm freed up for at least one space, but I think I'm going to finish Kit soon. I'm hoping that by the end of next week I'll be finished with her, and I will be able to, but it just all depends on how much time I get to paint, and then I'll have another space available, and I may go ahead and put Lawrence on the table. He is the next one in line that's not a prototype, but I'm trying to make sure I don't get caught with a baby on the table when a prototype is coming, because I don't want to feel rushed, and I don't want to have to push that baby to the side. So yeah, so, and even like when I say I have like 3 babies, I'm working on 3 babies at a time. Each baby get their individual time that they deserve and need. So yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go. I will talk to you guys later. I do like this little outfit on her. I feel like her hair needs to be done. I didn't like the way I had did her hair the last time anyway, so I feel like her hair needs to be done, and I feel like she would need a headband on, and she needs on different like socks and maybe some shoes. I think she would need some shoes on. She's one of the babies that I like to put shoes on. Wait, where's her little... She could have even put back on these, actually. Let me see. Because it has that mauve color in the rose petals on her, or flower. No, it's not a rose. On the flower that's on her romper, it has that color in there, so she could easily, if I wanted to pull out this color, and then I'll put on a headband that kind of matched that. And that's another thing, I'm not a dresser, guys, with my babies. My real babies, I used to get fussed at because I didn't like them in shoes. I would put them in very decorative socks until they were walking. I was like, they're not walking, so what's the point? I like my babies comfortable. I like them in baby clothes, but for my dolls, I really, honestly, I just like to look at the sculpt and the painting, and And so I'm a collector of dolls and not so much of clothes. But it is fun to shop. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying that's why it's not a big to do for me. My babies are usually in minimum clothes because I don't know, I just love the dolls. I'm fascinated with the sculptor's work and stuff a lot of times. So yeah. So we will put these back on her. And they actually look cute, I think, versus the socks. Because the socks really didn't go. So yeah. So see. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll probably get a picture or two of her. See you guys later. Bye bye.